Hi, this is Suzanne McDonald, Content and Social Strategist at Designated Editor. Today we're going to be talking about new media for artists. This video, and I'll put the slides up on SlideShare as well, is actually designed for the social media students at Rutgers University. A friend of mine, Marshall Sponder, is teaching the class there, and he asked me to put this video together. But it's not just for artists or for students. This video, I hope, will be helpful to anybody who is trying to pull their social media together and streamline their efforts. So why don't we begin? First, a little bit about me. I teach social media strategies at the University of Rhode Island. I have a background in journalism. I was at the Boston Globe for a number of years, at daily newspapers for about 15 years altogether, and I have a master's in undergrad in I almost said social media, in journalism. Didn't exist back then. So there's really 4 stages to activate new media. The first would be getting your website together. The next step would be to get your blog up and going and to integrate email. Then you want to be going into social media to secure all your brand names on the profiles, and then figure out which profiles you want to be involved with. Then you want to be thinking about, what am I doing right and what could I be doing better? And we have some optimization and metrics tools that I've included for you. First, when it comes to artists, everybody thinks Etsy is a great idea, and for some people it is, but if you're a professional artist, I think you want to be focusing on your brand and building your brand. So I would encourage artists to go ahead and create their own website. So that's stage 1. Get your domain, secure your own personal name, such as Suzanne McDonald. Then you want to have your branded name, whatever brand you are calling yourself. It may not necessarily be your own name, but you can get your domain through GoDaddy. Then you want to set up your website, and I would recommend WordPress for a platform to set up your website. It's very easy, non-technical. Any kind of technical problems you do have, you could probably reach out to a more technical person to help you. And then if you're looking not to do your own theme or template, you can go to ThemeForest, which has a repository of templates to choose from. Okay, so getting into a little bit of nitty-gritty, when you're writing posts and pages for your website, you want to make sure that they're optimized. And 2 big things is, when you have your title, you want to make sure that there's keywords included. And then your meta description is really designed to give somebody a preview when they're on their search engine results pages on what they're going to get when they click through. So a couple tools here to help you build out your website and your social media is, you're going to need an editorial calendar. And your editorial calendar is going to account for things, events, things that are going on in your industry, whatever you think that your target audience is going to be interested in. And it may not necessarily be strictly about you and your brand, but whatever you think they would find helpful. Google Alerts, you want to set up some alerts for your brand name and for your name and for news that's going to be of interest to your target audience. Stage 2, your blog and email. MailChimp is actually a free platform up to a certain number of emails that you send. It's very easy. It has some templates that are pretty easy to use as well. Wikimedia Commons is a good tool for sharing not just photos and images, but also for having access to a repository without having to pay for it. So that's a nice little tip. So stage 3, so you're going to be looking at your social media platforms. As I said, you want to be reserving your brand names on various platforms, but you also want to be most focused as artists, I think, on Facebook and Pinterest. Facebook has a lot of members, as we all know, but it also has a lot of functionality. For example, if you're going to have an event, make sure that you set up an event on Facebook and share it with all your friends. Don't be afraid to encourage people if they say, yes, I may go, or I'm not going to go. You know, be sure that you interact and cultivate those relationships. Pinterest is now the number 3 social network, and it's a great visual space. If you're a visual artist, it's perfect for you. You might want to be sure to watermark your work so that people don't just grab it. But it's a great tool for people to browse through and get an idea of who you are as an artist and click through and see the images on a larger scale on your site. Pinterest isn't just for pictures, you can also do video. So if you're a performing artist, it's a great spot to put video too. Make sure that you include keywords, and when you set up your boards, make sure that you include keywords with that too. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 100% about your brand. For example, I have a lot of information on other social media infographics, networks, so feel free to follow me on Pinterest and check out my board. Okay, so here are some more social platforms. I don't recommend starting with these. Definitely for artists, go with Facebook and Pinterest first. But you might want to consider Twitter, especially for media outreach. Google Plus is great for Hangouts, which gives you an opportunity to engage with your fan base, maybe have a Q&A online with them. That could be fun. And also YouTube, again, if you're a performing artist, it's really going to be key. But even if you are a visual artist, such as a painter, it would be kind of neat to do a little video, a tutorial or what it looks like. Think about all the famous artists who have done well using moving images. If you're going to be, or if you have